looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Well, hello you glorious mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Well, today is that celebration that for some unknown reason has taken over the UK. We've got BBC TV programmes, you may have seen me say it on the short, but it's true. And it being like, you know, the normal morning rush hour, just look, I'm just going to, just look, nothing, not one illegally parked car, complete and utter peace. I mean, literally outside the school, which is normally you can't get round because of multitude of illegally parked cars. Nothing, not one. But of course, to point that out makes me a racist, I guess. It's literally absolute bliss. But of course, we should all be celebrating, and glory to what's his name, the fake prophet dude. Yeah, Mohammed, is it? Oh, I don't give a shit, I really don't. It makes you question and wonder why 4 million Muslims out of the huge population of the United Kingdom have so much sway. Why they get to have, I mean, it's like there was a big one by Green Lane Mosque, and there's like thousands of them all doing their celebrations, and it was a last minute thing, but amazingly enough, Birmingham City Council and West Midlands Police had no problem with them suddenly having an organised party in a park with all the funfairs and that at the drop of a hat. Funny that, isn't it? Now, if I said that, or you or I to try to do that, you'd be just told no. And I just don't understand. Well, I do understand. I mean, to say that's bullshittery and falsery on my part, everybody knows why. But when you've got a cross-party group of MPs who are lobbying for a new airport in Pakistan to be built, and even more ridiculous is 5 people who voted against the expansion of Heathrow Airport want this airport in Pakistan, when the guy who's pushing it the most and the hardest on X is actually the MP for Hall Green, which is just down the road, not far away. Yeah, and he's pushing for it because it's all for the benefit of his constituents. Don't give a shit about where he actually lives, remembering that, you know, Birmingham City Council currently, I mean, it's chest high, the piles of rubbish now. I mean, it's, if we get another few more warm days like we've been having, you could probably smell it from where I live, and I live quite a way away from town, about 15 minutes. I did see somebody put a post on X asking, what is Birmingham like now? It's a rancid shithole. It genuinely is. As a kid, we always used to, it was a thing that we used to do, me and my mates. We were huge, I mean, I still am, but we were back then huge Warhammer 40k fans, or Warhammer fans in general, and we used to go to the big games workshop in Birmingham City Centre, and it was a day out. We used to go there, go around there, buy a few models and all that, and have a really good day just going around Birmingham City Centre. You wouldn't catch me dead. The only time I go anywhere near Birmingham City Centre is when I go to St Andrews to watch the football. That's it. That's as far as I go. I mean, the closest I get now is the Argus shop, just on the border of Smallheath, and I don't really want to go down there very often either. And it's a terrifying reflection of how our country's going. And what makes it even worse is the fact that you get, I know people myself who are, you know, celebrating whatever the Eid Mubarak or whatever pointless thing it is, and they're all, oh yeah, this, and it's, why? Now, don't get me wrong, I know for a fact that, like the woman who, that stupid head teacher who banned Easter at her school. Norwood, is it? We had a live stream yesterday, and someone had an absolutely stunningly brilliant idea, which is we should all buy Easter eggs and have them delivered by the Easter Bunny to the school. But the thing is, there was a Muslim guy on X who actually turned around and said, well, no one bothers to ask us because we don't want your Easter band. He said, why would we? And that's because it's like everything else. It's white liberal idiots who think they're doing everybody a favour of a minority. When in reality, the minority doesn't actually give a flying toss. Well, some of it, any case. So we have this stupid, horrendous situation where it's like now, it is absolutely dead everywhere. I mean, it's literally like going to, well, actually, no, because I would say it's like going to school in the 80s, but it was busy. But then again, that's because of idiots of white liberals who just won't have kids anymore. And the feminists that have made sure that men have no interest in women whatsoever anymore. You know, pushed on by the media. Toxic masculinity and all that. And on top of that, of course, with all that that's going on today, with like, literally everything's just ground to a halt, like you won't be able to get an Uber taxi for the love of money today. And if you do, they'll be charging probably triple. Got all that. And today is the urge, the limit, the verge, not the urge, the verge. The urge. I've got an urge for some coffee and some toast. But the verge of this country becoming actively racist. You see, I know that the people in this country, oh, well, it's a racist country. Oh, there's a two-tier justice system. There is a two-tier justice system, always, but now it's actually been enshrined in law, and it's been enshrined in law based on race. Now, I have seen some typical black professor going on about the fact that, well, there's always been a two-tier justice system because black people get, well, that's because, and you can't argue with the fact statistically you do more crime. But it doesn't actually specifically say in the law until tomorrow that you are to actively discriminate against a group of people. And that is exactly what's happening tomorrow. I'll do a video on it tomorrow, obviously. Why wouldn't I? Because we live in a country that bows down to a tiny... I mean, someone said they're not that tiny. They are. They're a very small minority of Muslims, yet they seem to be running the game. They seem to be running the game and the whole thing. I mean, as I said, you know, on the live stream and in the little short I did, and I'll say it again today. The Home Office, the British Army, and Keir Starmer, the dickhead who's in charge of our country, instead of saying Happy Mother's Day, which it was yesterday, it was Mother's Day yesterday, a tradition that's been going on for hundreds of years in this country. I think it's about 500-600 years. To celebrate mothers. Probably not that as much. Maybe 100 years. It's been going on a while, though. For Mother's Day. I mean, I'm sure somebody will correct me in the comment section, which is one of the reasons it's there. I can't remember everything. Not one mention of that. Not one mention of the fact that he's actually Lent. Now, that's over 900 years old. These are traditions. So we are replacing British traditions. Now, it's always funny that this celebration, it's a random one depending on when the fucking moon comes up. I mean, really, genuinely. But it's also funny that it always seems to be timed just to be an interference to a Christian festival. The one that's never mentioned. You don't hear anyone going, you know, Lent. You know, what have you given up for Lent? We have an assault on Western philosophy. We have a Western history. Everything's been rewritten. We're ignoring and pretending that thousands of years of tradition do not exist anymore because we have to accept this new one. And this new one isn't fun. And this new one is a tiny minority. This new one along with other idiots, usually white people who like to sell their own race down the river, have now allowed it for the sentencing of criminals to be terrible if you're a white straight male. You know, we have the head of safeguarding of Ofsted is now a Muslim. Our Justice Secretary is a Muslim, and it's already beginning to show. We're allowing these people to take control and doing nothing about it except for tainting those who bring the acknowledgement of that situation to the forefront as racists. Any case, 2 videos coming up at the end of this. One will be the last one I uploaded, the other one will be the one that gods of YouTube have chosen for you, and it's called The Chosen One. You can like, you can share, you can join in our conversation in the comment section, and of course you can always subscribe to the channel if you agree with what I'm saying. You know, there are plenty of ways to support the channel if that's what you wish to do. You can now become a channel member. You can buy super thanks. You can donate to PayPal. You can buy me a coffee. You can go on the merchandising shop and buy some t-shirts and mugs, and more will be coming to that very, very soon. But that, of course, is only if you want. Oh, don't forget, Patreon is also now available, as it was stopped for a while, but it's back again. All these things are there, but only if you want to. All of these things were created because people said that they want to buy me a beer every now and again, or they, you know, or I should get something for the effort that I put in. Things like that. And, you know, if that's what people, and I agree with people, it's awesome. But that's only there. I know, trust me. Things are so tight now, it's ridiculous, and it's only going to get worse. I'm going to do a video later on talking about potentially, if it's true, which I'm trying to find out whether or not it is, but it looks like people like me who drive these things are going to get hit even harder by the insanity of net zero. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So until the next one.
What the fuck is this?